We got a little music going. I guess we liked it twice. So anyways, welcome to the pit. We're at Flaminpit Show. How you doing back there, John?
Doing well. Sorry about that
quick
loop.
Fingers, you know?
Yeah, sorry about the loop. No,
Yeah.
Actually, it went on a loop. Somehow it got on a loop.
I think you just like that siren.
It's not too bad, actually. It's actually a pretty cool piece, man.
I know. I like that siren because it makes it hot. It's in the pit. So anyways, I want to welcome my two guests today to the Flaminpit Show. I started calling it the pit just to be funny, so people, you know.
I mean, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
Yeah.
So I have with me Dewan Robinson from Artistic Visions, and I have Leon Al Alamin.
Yes,
I didn't mess it up too bad, did I?
No,
From the MADE program or institute, which means Money, Attitude, Direction, Education.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I saw you guys on Facebook, and I saw you on the news. And I was like, I saw you a couple of times. I kept saying, who is it? I kept wanting to write your name down. They flash it so fast. And then when I saw you, and then I saw him, I was like, they together. So today I get a twofer. I'm getting a twofer.
Yeah.
So who want to tell me what's going on first? Because both you guys seem like you're doing very dynamic work within the community, and you're very young. And I always am very impressed when I see young men doing right. And you wear your pants where they're supposed to be.
That's deep. That is deep.
That's what I like. You know, I can't stand that down around the ankle stuff. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because they just had some post like that on Facebook. And people were saying, oh, you know, what next? You're going to tell them they can't wear this, and this. And I just think, I'm going to stick by mine. I don't think they should do it. I mean, it's a gross looking thing.
I would just say it's a cultural fashion statement that, you know, we had once, you know, when we were younger. And that was just the thing to do. When you're a young kid, you're just trying out different things. And I understand, you know, why they did that and why they do that. But our thing is, as gentlemen, as young men, as young kings, we have to show by presentation. We show, you know, the best way how you can look presentable without having your pants sag.
Exactly.
So you can look clean, and you can be nice, and you can be very well presented without all the sagging.
Yeah.
So what we do, we show a different side.
Mm-hmm. And the one thing that, you know, when you say it's cultural, well, and that I kind of squash because everybody's doing it. So what culture is it? I mean, every race of person is doing it. I mean, I've been everywhere and I see every person doing it. Girls too. What the problem is?
It's about growth, I think. Because I used to do it, you know, in my younger days.
Wait a minute. Now, y'all keep saying younger like y'all so old. You said you're like 13 and you're like 15.
I mean, you know, when I would say when I was between 15, early 20.
Yeah, because it's been around for a while. And
way before us.
Yeah, it's been around, and I think the rappers started it, but it actually goes further back to the inmates, and they don't know that history, but the rappers started it, and then it just took off and it went crazy. Little babies doing it.
And even then, when the rappers like NWA had kind of made that famous, it had a meaning to it. You know, I mean, it was a form of defying government because of what we were going through in the inner cities and things of that nature. But at the same time, as you said, it does have a deeper root going back to the prison system and, you know, relating to that homosexuality behavior. So
the lower you slack, I won't say the rest.
Yeah.
I'm going to be good today. So now tell me about Artistic Vision. You brought us a nice brochure. Now, did you do this brochure?
Yes, actually, head designer Samuel Bell. He created the graphic work and the brochure. But what we do as a company, we are a multimedia company. So what we do is we do graphic design, photography, recording, also graphics in any area from brochures, banners, business cards, brand identity. So our thing is kind of like capturing precious moments in time, showing a positive environment.
Right.
So when we doing different things like doing services, we're also an event planning company. So we do the Spotlight, which is held at the Greater Flint Art Council.
Yeah, you guys just had one. And I forgot. I talked to you and forgot all about it. I looked up and it was like Saturday. I said, what happened? What happened? I was supposed to go.
I was planning on you being there too because it's just something that we want to do. We're a very community-oriented group, so when we do these events, this is showcase talent within our city. We had the youth come out this time. They had a phenomenal showcase. They did a song and dance, which was very, very instrumental in their knowledge of creativity. So we had that. We had the business setting. We had a keynote speaker, Jamar Baker.
I talked to him before.
Yeah, and we also have business vendors there. So it's a very fun-filled event.
That's why it would be good to get in on the next time around. Just like I was telling you about, every year I miss that Black Business Expo.
Yeah.
And by the time I see it, it's on the way out. I miss it every year. I don't see any advertisement for it.
It was
I don't know. I didn't see any advertising. I didn't even see it on Facebook or anything until the event was going on and it was on this last leg out the door.
Yeah, they definitely have to do a better job of marketing that.
Yeah.
Event.
Because I miss it every year, and by the time it's over, I'm like, dang, I want us to get like the studio, have a banner put up with the table. We can put our business cards and stuff like that. Some of the hosts can come out, but by the time we look up, it's over.
Truly, you absolutely right, because that event was a phenomenal event, and just to be around different entrepreneurs and Black business owners is what we represent. I just love to see that, just to kind of like be in that environment. But yes, it has to be more marketed out there, so people are aware these type of things are going on. These events are happening. It turned out it was a good turnout. Great job, the superintendent, Marshall, and the group over there. They did a phenomenal job. But we'll definitely make sure that we'll market to the masses next time.
Right. And I catch you guys early enough, and we can maybe put it on the show. Okay, the Black Expo is coming up. Something like that, because I want to have them on the show every year, and I miss them every year. It's like, what am I doing? I don't know.
It always. You know what? I would definitely let you know the next year.
Okay.
Well in advance.
That's
something that we gotta start. What we do is, we gotta start making sure people are informed.
Yeah.
They always want to know what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
and you start right after that one stop, then you get ready for the next one.
That's right.
Don't wait till like 3 months and start planning. It seems like you need to start planning as soon as that one is over. Just get the planning ready for the next one, and then you're ready. Then you have a couple months to sit back in case anything happens.
Yeah, you have it all out the way, and everybody knows about it, and they're anticipating this event. There goes back to the strategizing.
Right.
So
that's why I'm one of them planners, like, a year in advance. Our family was going to do a family reunion, but they want to wait till 3 months. I said,
I've been a part of that last minute planning, and it's so hectic.
It's hectic because my thing is you plan far enough ahead, you get it done, then you have time to kick back, because always something comes up. And if you don't have time to fix it, like, okay, what if your DJ gets sick? Yeah. You hit. Yeah. What if your food vendor decide we want to charge you more? Now you got to find somebody. Anything could happen. That's why I believe in planning way in advance. Way in advance. My funeral's already planned.
Hey, you know what? El just wrote out his will the other day, and I said, man, you young, bro. What are you doing?
It doesn't matter. You gotta have it. I have one too, and I had to have like power of attorney, and you gotta have all that stuff, because you never know. You could stand up and drop dead. Exactly. And the sad thing, someone actually did pass here.
Oh, wow.
They were in the middle of a show.
Oh, wow.
So, what? You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen.
They passed on the show?
They were getting ready. John, tell them that story.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah, she was actually just starting the show. And she just I thought she blew her line or what she was going to say, because she put her head down on the table. It's a different table, by the way. But anyway, so she was like, and so we pushed her back, and she had suffered a heart attack and a stroke at the same time or something like that. And she died a month later, but she never regained consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty sad. It really was.
It was sad.
Now, take me through the process. What were y'all feeling during this time?
Well, I wasn't here. It was the show. It was the day before my show, and when I came in the next day, John was like in a bundle of nerves because he was telling me about it, and I was like, "What?" Wow. And it was just like, you never know. You never know. It doesn't even matter what age you are these days. It used to be a time when people didn't have wills and stuff like that because they figured they're gonna live till they're 100 years old. But the way things are going these days, you never know. Times have changed.
Time to get that will together, huh?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of times we just plan for life. We just go on, we go, but we don't take time to really do these things, playing wheels and things of that nature. But
and you know, a lot of black people are like that because when someone passed, they can't even pay for the funeral.
Exactly.
And so I don't want to be one of those people that we got to have a fundraiser, chicken dinner, spaghetti dinner. You know,
there's already so much emotional things going on that you don't want to have to worry about.
You don't want to have to worry about that. But yeah, that was one of those days that I was shook myself. I was like, oh man. But anyways, let's get back to you know how we just veer off, yeah. But so now, who started this? This was your master plan, and you are together, or is this just yours and you have someone else that work with you?
See, what we are is it's a coalition of brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, say for instance, I'm a visionary. Leon's a visionary. Alvin Frazier's a visionary.
Mm-hmm.
So what the Artistic Visions brand is, you know, had an idea and a plan, and you know, brothers like myself and Alvin Frazier and Chris and Sam and just gentlemen of that caliber, you know, kind of understood what we want to do here. We were young people, and we are young, and we want to be positive. We want to show Flint a positive light. We want to show what we can do,
right?
Being innovators.
Mm-hmm.
So what it started off as the idea generally rolled into a concept,
right,
which really, you know, became into reality.
Mm-hmm.
So now, started off with an idea and a dream. You know, now it's came into a full functioning company.
Right.
We're for profit. We're a business LLC licensed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we provide service, but we're also mentors.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to take the part, if you want to do the part, if you want to be the part, if you want to be a change agent like we are, then you must go out there and present yourself in that fashion.
Exactly.
And so we all about do as we do. You know, what we do is what we represent. And we just trying to show all the young brothers and all our young people that it is a better way than what you may see.
I want them to know that too, because I just get so discouraged with the young crowd that have no fear, and they have no, like, when it comes to dying, getting shot, fighting, they don't even care. It's just like one of them things that make them big and bad.
But that's the thing, though. You know, when you have a lack of knowledge, then, you know, you just out there surfing. You're out there trying to find something, and then a lot of times you find trouble.
The wrong thing.
Clearly.
And then, like, the one kid that I always talk to is like, I told him, I said, while you're out here doing this crazy stuff, it's not just about you. Your family suffers too.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Because if you, like, you know, he's been in jail a couple of times. He, you know, this and that. And I said, your family suffers too. It's not just about you. You out here running around, you know, y'all doing what you do, but it's not just you. So it's hard for them to understand, because they're not thinking any further than, like, now. Now.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, you 18 years old and you're not working, you're not going to school. It's like, what's your purpose?
And you want to have a purpose at heart.
You want to have a purpose, because these are kids that'll never get to draw unemployment or retirement or anything because they don't work.
But that also falls on the community as a whole. You know, we have a lot of single parent homes, damaged and broken homes, individuals who are homeless out there. You know, they're just seeking knowledge, they're seeking love, and they just don't know how to go about reaching out for it. And even when we have a broken school system that should be educating them for those things, preparing them when they're not doing this, for like when you get out of school, you know, you don't have a retirement plan. GM's not here anymore.
Right.
You know, what you're going to do, they're not preparing them for that.
Right.
So once you step outside those doors, and for a lot of kids and youth, that's a safe haven. Because, you know, like I said, you're coming from an environment that's been broken. So you feel like it's hopeless. I don't care. You know, you have that mentality.
Right.
On top of the negative images and things you may be getting from the media and other things, and giving you a false concept of what manhood or womanhood is. So, you know, we as a community have to hold that burden of responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's why guys and organizations like Artistic Vision and myself, May Institute, are stepping up to the plate, because we recognize the ball has been dropped. So everybody has a little bit of the blame to share on this.
Right. So how does the Made Institute fit in to the community?
Well, May Institute is an entrepreneur employment training career program for individuals with criminal histories.
Oh, okay.
It's a mentoring for the youth, and we also work with returning sentences. I don't like to say ex-offenders, because we're working on changing that concept, that mindset. Once you did your time, you should have those same rights when you're coming back out here. So I say returning citizens. And our role is to do a combination of, like, with Artistic Vision, as far as the mentoring aspect, And we're real hands-on. We're going into the county jails, juvenile schools. A lot of individuals that does the mentoring are individuals who have once lived those troubled lifestyles, and who better to learn from than someone who's been through it, but at the same time overcame it, and is willing to take that time and not just tell you and say do this and do that, but walk you through it. You know, we're not just going to give you this knowledge and point you in the direction. We won't be there from beginning, middle, and the end until we really feel like you got it and you can, you know, live your life successfully and be productive out there.
Well, have you targeted any certain areas to gather young men or women? Is there a certain age that you work with?
Thus far, in the beginning stages, we work, I think the youngest has been a 12-year-old, and the oldest has been in the 40s.
Wow.
You know, we're looking for a location now that we have a board established and we have our nonprofit status. We're looking to work on getting a building. And once we have a headquarters of such, hopefully we're targeting a school will give us, we have a crazy business plan that will create the key necessities that's going to be needed to really do this work. And that's, you got to take care of food, clothing, shelter, and protection. Once we can get these young men and women that, then the programming comes in, where we're giving you knowledge of self, where we're giving you skilled trades, entrepreneur, financial literacy, and things that was never taught to us in schools and things of this nature. We want to give you everything that's needed to survive in these times. And just using my life example, being blessed to make it and have some success here, and other individuals who've been through some things like that, be really giving us that platform to really put in some work and really help and try to save a lot of souls out there.
So now, as far as buildings, you know, there's plenty empty buildings. Have you tried, like, with the land bank to get a, like, say, a big house or something, and then you just go in and renovate it and set up?
Actually, that's part of the work we've been doing right now. I own a couple properties, and I got one that we're trying to transform into just doing that. You know, a housing headquarters, and so we've been in the works, and we're gonna get ready and talk with land bank and see if we can get some more donated. But also, just like the thing that's just slowing it right now is getting the funding to really, once we get the houses, we gotta have funding to get them up to code.
Yeah.
And get them in there. So that's something. Actually, I have a board meeting this Saturday where we're gonna be discussing some things. So.
Yeah, because you probably need people that, like, can come in and do construction and stuff like that, or you just want any kind of help, or you just want to cut the check.
Actually, you know, I'm skilled in a lot of that stuff.
Oh,
and
okay.
Individuals who work with me have talents and skills in those areas, but we will be reaching out if it's a project that's a little bit that's going to require that. We're more than welcome to reaching out to other individuals to help us.
Yeah, because there's companies, you know, you probably have to go through corporate, you know, with your letterhead and everything, will donate funds to things like that. You know, I know Home Depot is one that donates a lot of money to, you know, to different things. And I just, you know, maybe some of these attorneys and something that put the people away, maybe they want to donate now to help them when they come out, you know.
They oughta.
Yeah, they should. They got paid, even though they lost.
Definitely. And also, I just got a call from an individual who's been watching and seeing me in the news and through Facebook, and I'm gonna have a meeting with the individual Thursday, and he's connected with Flint Housing, and this may be an opportunity for those type of individuals, as you say, that may want to donate and help us get this going as we help them with their program as well. So
yeah.
definitely.
So when did you start this program, this institute? Why do you call it an institute?
It was, I'm a former incarcerated individual. I've been out now almost 5 years. The concept was created when I was in prison with another gentleman. His name is Tim, and we called it the 3 R's, which stood for refine, reform, and rebuild. And we both come from neighborhoods that was like at war with each other. Pearson Hood, Merle Hood.
I've heard of those hoods.
yeah, you know, born and raised, you know, and it was just, we realized the nonsense, and we continue on seeing people get killed and come to prison, and we were in there brought together through our faith and mutual individuals, and we realized, like, we know we wasn't coming back out here on that same, and we wanted to help and do something. We knew the influence that we had on individuals just from living that lifestyle. So we got started with the 3 R's, and then things was kind of going, and some things kind of got slowed up in between. And so we kind of decided to all go our separate ways. and I wanted to continue with this work. So I just came up with the concept with May Institute. I called it May Money Attitude Direction Education as kind of like a hook. It's kind of catchy to reach that younger crowd. You start money, attitude, direction, education, but it has a deeper meaning and vision for the community than just that. You know?
Well, we want them to think past the money part, because that's where they get in trouble, the quick money.
Exactly.
And they say, oh, I'll join that group. I'm going to get some quick money.
Exactly.
No, it's not quite like that.
We're going to teach you how to be legal entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's not about just, the fact of the matter, I know you want to get to the money, and that's one thing that, you know, when we dealing with the youth, that's what they always say.
Yeah, quick money, quick money.
Trust me, I know about it. You know, I've been out there, and I've, you know, turned my life around because of bad mistakes. I had to do my time and just kind of like come back and reapply myself for quick money. Now it's not about quick money. It's about really sustaining wealth.
Yeah.
So when we talk about taking them out of those circumstances with negativity, trying to make money the fast way, we got to replace it with something that's positive that they can
because
get money the long way.
That's what's missing. They don't know what else to do.
Exactly.
If you say I can't make any money, then it's like, well, I ain't got time for you.
And
I'm gonna go talk to somebody else that can help me make some money.
Exactly.
That's very understandable. So we don't shun none of the past. You know, we just try to build on the future. So when you got things of these natures like we trying to teach skills.
Right.
These can take you a long way than getting that short money here on the surface.
Now, when you said you have you helping people, say sports photography and stuff like that, I would think you might be able to get a lot of young men because they all want to play basketball. And you can make good money being a photographer. You know, you can travel the world. So
right.
How do you bring people in and get them motivated to do any of these things in here, to say, well, do you bring them any people come in to work for you, or is that something like in the future that you think is going to happen?
Well, yeah, we actually, as far as like the artistic business brand, we actually have a staff of 15 members, and each one of them is skilled in their own areas. Like Alvin Fraser is the senior photographer, so what we do is we're set up to go into Northwestern to kind of teach media art skills.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like show them a different way where media is driven, technology is driven now.
Yeah.
That's something that we have to understand. We have to catch up, and we have to make sure we applying that to our youth.
Yeah, I'm still learning media.
Yeah.
My son is really good at, he likes to push buttons, and I'm scared to push them. I'm like, no, you're going to erase something. He's like, no, you're not.
Right.
I'm scared to push buttons, and he's just all into it. You know, just give him a minute. He'll figure it out.
Get the tapping away, and they'll make it work. But that's the key, though, is like trial and error. So what we do is when we go into these institutes, like we go into the schools and educational systems, when we build with the May Institute, we also are in the process of creating like a forum for youth where we can kind of teach those skills, where they can do media arts, where they can do photography, learn how to do graphics, learn how to just do creative thinking skills.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how when we go into adding these services, the youth that we do mentor, we show them these skills.
Okay, so actually some of them could actually be the ones, like if I say I want a banner, they could actually do a banner.
Sketch it out for you.
Yeah.
And get you all sketched out, get it all, like the template all prepared, everything what you will want.
Right.
And then we'll hand it off into the senior graphic designer.
Oh, well, that works out good.
So you see, you got a sense of entitlement.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can say, I did that, my name is on that. And it's not like graffiti where somebody gonna come on and get you in trouble for scribbling on the walls and stuff.
And that was all that what they needed. See, once you took a con graffiti artist off them spraying up the building, and then you get them into the market and you have them, you know, showcasing their skills to potential clients. Right. That fares a lot better for them.
A lot better. It does.
That's kind of one of the things, and it's a very, very, very advantageous for just people who wants to showcase creativity. And that's all we're about. Like me and the brother, we connected on that level. Where we wanted to do something for the community, and it started with us just doing things like giveaways and community functions as far as like barbecues and just things that just
I ain't getting any barbecue.
Oh,
What the hell? I missed it again.
No, this was we did this last summer.
Yeah,
I'm just missing everything. I didn't get any water. I can't get no drink. Can't get no food. I mean, what?
We gonna make sure next event.
We're gonna barbecue right outside.
Right. Next time you pull that grill out, you best be calling.
Right.
Cause I'm hungry.
Cause what we want to do, you're right. And you should be have full access to everything that's going on. And that's what we want to do. That's what we started. We want to raise community awareness. Mm-hmm. We in this together.
Right.
So when we spinning off different LLCs and nonprofit organizations, when we doing things in the community, you see it's a widespread collective effort together. Mm-hmm. It makes a community of us to make these things work.
Right. And you need good people that are not jealous of you. That just breaks my heart when I see posts about empowering each other, but yet they're tearing each other down behind your back and smiling in your face. That bugs me more than anything. It makes me want to grow a head of hair.
Exactly.
You off the game. No, that make my skin boil too.
It drives me crazy. I hate when I see those posts. I want to X them out because there's so many fake people.
Exactly.
It's just unnecessary.
Right. Exactly. We done ran into that in our little early stages of working together and pushing this thing forward. Mm-hmm. And that's something like a part of the mentoring when we reach out to the youth and individuals we deal with. This is something we let them know ahead of the time. People gonna be haters out there. Mm-hmm. They gonna smile in your face. They gonna do these things, but it's how you respond to it and you move forward.
Yeah.
You don't have to give them that energy.
Yeah.
And the people that you want to reach, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, the ones who count are going to see it and they will be drawn to you. And you continue to grow, so you don't have to feed into that negativity.
Yeah, and it's hard because the youth these days have no patience. Yeah. Now, I've grown into it. At 62, I've grown into it, finally. But not always, not always, but they don't have the patience that's needed for that kind of behavior. They would just, shoot up your house first,
ask questions later.
Yeah, like, oh, you got something to say? After they done burned the house down,
We could have talked this out.
That's what I always say, look, everything can be talked about, but they don't have that patience.
And that's one aspect of the program we're going to be offering, with our life skills, with our anger management, our interacting, how to deal and have dialogue, to agree, to disagree, how to have patience, and always like an anger management program we're putting together. The whole program will be up under life repair because there's different aspects of our lives that we're dealing with. Just to teach the youth and some of these elders as well, how to deal with confrontation without doing things like you said,
because sometimes if the kids see the parents act like that, then they're gonna do it too. And then sometimes when I was growing up, it was okay to tell you like when you pass doing something wrong, tell you doing something wrong. But now it's like you got to worry about the parents coming back and want to beat you up because you said something to my child.
And you know what? Honestly, that is something that we must stop. And I grew up just like that.
Yeah,
when we was on the neighborhood block, everybody on the neighborhood, mothers and fathers, was always was our mother.
They don't have the respect anymore. It's like they come by you cussing and all this stuff. It's like that drives me crazy, the lack of respect. And then when you talk about the future of the world, and this is what you see now, it's like, I hope I'm dead by the time,
but we kind of played into creating that environment when we start taking the paddling out of the school, when we start, uprooting the community and leaving and the ones who knew better and supposed to be doing better and passing that knowledge down and made sure we got it, they just left. Now they can get to the suburbs and they didn't leave anything for us to reach out to. So now you grabbing that negativity and that false perception of what life and what it is about. Now you have that. So we all still play a role in the things that we're dealing with. I don't like to just give it all to the youth because I see that with a lot of the elders I speak with. We're still playing that blame game on each other. Yeah, true enough, I'm not gonna let them get away. If you do wrong, you do wrong. I'm gonna tell you about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we played just together.
I think the government stepped in where they didn't need to and stirred that pot up because
Oh,
they were the ones who said no Pledge of Allegiance, no prayer, no this and that in school, and we always did it first thing in the morning. We say Pledge of Allegiance. And, now they're like, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then it got to, you can't hug the kids because then it turns into sexual abuse. And, just everything went crazy. It's sort of like the world's coming to an end. I'm reading Revelations right now.
There's no connection being there.
Yeah.
Like, students just come to school.
And they dressed in their finest, but nobody's learning.
Yeah, and that's a problem when we put more emphasis on what we look like rather than what we know.
Yeah. Well, they had the cute little girl that addressed the bully on Facebook the other day. She was like in Jamaica somewhere. She's like 4 years old. And she said the guy told this little boy told her she was ugly. And she told him, she's like, I came to school to learn. I didn't come to look cute.
And you know what? That was very, very powerful.
And she said, have you looked in the mirror lately? It was so cute. But she chopped that bully right up. I
kind of like want to touch up on that, just not just that part, but just the form, just trying to get everybody in a square. Like when we talking to the youth, right? Our angle and our target is the youth. At the same time, we're targeting adults too.
Exactly.
Because when we teaching these youth all these skills and all this knowledge, when they go home, that's where the reinforcement needs to happen.
It needs to happen.
Now, the parent must know also.
Right.
It's kind of hard to kind of deal with the youth when the parents is not up to par.
And sometimes the problem is the parents are too young.
And
Because, you have babies making babies, and they don't know enough, so that's why the grandmother jumps in.
But a lot of the grandmothers ain't there no more.
Exactly, but now grandmothers are even younger, because I remember my niece was a grandmother at 28.
Yeah.
What?
So,
How did that grandmother?
14. I mean,
And see,
her child was 14.
Wow.
And
another issue, we got to deal with our morals and getting that family structure completely back together. I think we have a problem when, like you just said, the grandmother, she maybe be 40, 30, she's in the club with that 17, 18-year-old that you talking about you trying to teach something different to.
Right.
But your behavior shows otherwise because you have yet to mature in your mind as well. So it goes across the board. We really are lacking with our morals and what we strive to be correct, so to say. We definitely have to touch that whole family base and unit again. Get back to basics. Get back to basics.
Yeah, I think that's it. Get back to basics, and that's where a lot of stuff has just missed out. It's gone. It takes the young people like you guys coming up now that's got that vision to get it back on track.
Our job is to bring that whole focal point back, bring that back, do for self, not waiting for the government to do things for us,
right?
Not wait for a handout. You know what? You want to make some things happen, then you create your own environment.
Yeah,
that's our whole thing, and it is getting back to the basics, getting back to loving each other, respecting each other, honoring each other, and working together. So those are the foundation that we must lay before we can build any house on it.
And you definitely got to get knowledge of self, knowledge of God, knowledge of culture, your true culture. Even when I was coming through school, they didn't teach us about, in particular in my community, I had to start with the African American community. And we got to clean house up before we can branch anything else out. We work with all individuals and all people across the board. But I say this is because, it's such a hypocrisy when you start thinking and speaking on these things, these issues that we're going through, and people, your own people, start you being too black. You're the angry black man or all these things. Well, if you ain't angry, there's something going on. There's something wrong with you because it's a lot of mess that needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah.
And if you just agreeing and getting along because somebody's paying you to hush up or you got this career and this job, so we got to get rid of these titles and the positions some of us done got and really get back in the mud and in the thick of things and really get out here and save ourselves. As the brother just mentioned, we got to really be willing to put in that work. And if you're not for us, then you need to keep it moving and get on out of the community and let the ones who are for us and for the better of the community get in those positions and just start getting the resources, the tools, and collaborating and putting the right minds together so we can really start changing this thing around.
Right. So now what would you like to say as a wrap up to what you have to offer, and then we'll get to the same thing, Leon?
Pretty much, I'm doing my part as far as like when I say community, everybody has a part. My part is really just do my part, and that's kind of like educate the youth and continue to be a pillar in this community when we talking about building. Anything that you know, I'm a very, very accessible guy, and there's anything that I can do for anyone, you know, definitely that's something that can be available. So we just have to make sure that that's known. And as far as artistic vision enterprises go, where the services speaks for itself, when it comes to graphic design, photography, recording, banners, brochures, business cards, brand identity, just in general, just kind of like a marketing and promotion and advertisement strategy plan that's well within reach. Any local business, anybody who's out there who has a product or merchandise that want to put out there on display, any up-and-coming model that wants to need photo shots, anyone who wants to learn the media, arts in whole, in general, this is what this is for. We provide that outlet. It's an educational program at the same time, so we're always mentoring, we're always educating, we're always knowledge yourself, we always want to inspire, we're always motivational. So we continue to just kind of like just be that bright spot and just provide that outlet. So anytime, we also have a spotlight, which is every other 2 times a month. The next one will be March 20th, and you are invited. I hope that you come down with the whole news team and make sure that you guys on display. She will be in the house, please believe. May Institute, you know, me and the brother, I'm a May Institute rep myself, so we will be in the house.
So tell people how to get in contact with you if they need any of these services.
Oh yeah, you can contact me personally, Dewan E. Robinson. At Facebook, or email dewan.robinson1@gmail.com, and then also you can always contact the business line, which is 810-962-5671. You also have a website, www.artisticvisionsent.com. That's under construction. And also, if you have any submits, any offers, any service contact that you want to get involved in, or you just want to know some information, you can contact us through email, and that's business, business.artisticvisions, all one word. No, business.artisticvisions@gmail.com. And, just inquire about any service that you may need. If you need mentor for a youth that might be having eyes at home or in school, we'll come to you. So don't be a stranger. Let's build together and let's work it out.
Okay, Leon.
In regards to the May Institute, we're currently getting the web page designed, but right now you can reach me or other individuals on Facebook at Leon L. Alamin, or you can contact me at private number 810-835-8304. As long as you're genuine and real, that's my personal number, but I give it to you. I'm a real person, and you can learn more about the May Institute. We're looking around like early April to have our web page, our business number, and contact information will be changing. But you can get to me directly, 810-835-8304, Leon L. Alamin, or Facebook, Leon Alamin.
And no stalking.
You know what? Last time we did that, we had a lot of stalking. It was good stalking. Look at Alvin. Shout out to Alvin Fraser in the house tonight.
If I may add, we also getting ready for another event coming up April 6th. Please definitely check with me on Facebook. We're doing a collaboration for domestic violence and abuse. We are partnering with Miss Evangelist Alicia Williams. She put this event together last year, her first one. It was a nice turnout. We'll have more details in the coming week. Myself, Brother Dewan with Artistic Vision, May Institute. I know she also spoke with Mr. Wani Davis, 5th Ward City Councilman. It's going to be a great group of individuals, and what we're going to try to do with this is going to be real beautiful. We're going to try to put a flip on a theme of, you've probably seen or been to some events about domestic violence. We want to bring the men in, and we want to treat these women like queens. Mm-hmm. So a part of the program, we want to have them pampered, take them get their hair done, nails, feet.
Can I get my hair done?
Can
I get it
fundraising dinner, so it's going to be something definitely.
That's it. That's why I shaved it. I done fried that, laid it to the side so much, ain't nothing left. Fried, died, laid to the side. Well, anyways, I had fun today, guys. I am so glad that I was able to catch both of you at the same time. This worked out great because I knew I was going to get him and I was working on getting you. So today I did get the big twofer. I'm happy. And I hope you guys had a good time. And hopefully we can get you some people to get in contact with you. And if they have to come through me, they can go to Lisa Quade, Quade, on Facebook and pass the word. I know they won't need me. You guys are there. So anyways.
We do need you. We all building together.
That's right. So I want to thank you guys both for coming to the pit of the Flaminpit Show. And with that, we're out.